And now he does start with an extra 5.5 minutes. Should be very, very relevant. And here we go, quick start to the game. Will we see a repeat for the third time in the day? There we go, yes. It is this anti-Berlin variation of the Spanish. And Denis Lazavik going back to what he played in game 2. And, okay, I think Denis has a good shot, despite the fact he starts with less time, because he did knock out Fabiano from the Bullet Chess Championship, and that is relevant, especially with no increment.
Absolutely, and it was so close, the bids. How do you think that's going to affect Fabi? Fabi would have definitely wanted to play with the black pieces, but losing out on the bid with less than 30 seconds, I mean, that was some mind games there with by Dan Laz.
Yeah, I think so, but at the same time, Fabi is so pragmatic, right? He's been in the situation many, many times, so he's just going to be unbothered by the result of the Armageddon bidding and move on to the actual game, because he has to focus. He's now in a must-win situation, and I think it's easier to be in a must-win situation and have that extra time, especially when you have no increment, because you can just, as long as you keep the position tense, you can just flag them by drawing out the game for as long as possible.
And 5.5 minutes extra on the clock, but Denis gets the result odds. What do you think about the payoff for this? It felt like a good bid to me, David.
It felt like a good bid. Just historically throughout the tour this season, we've seen bids of around 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes still be successful for those who chose black, who won the bidding. So 9.5 does feel like a luxury, especially if you're a quick player, quick on the mouse like Denis Lazavik. Of course, he needs to get rid of the ghosts from the previous game where did go against him, but this time he's got more pieces off the board. King's on the same side this time. Feels like things in his favour. He's also made 16 moves in just over 30-40 seconds, Denis Lazavik. So very, very quick.
He's actually got more time than what he started with, right? Because he bid 9 minutes 30 seconds, so almost the 9 minute.
like the knight needs to go to that square. And does Black know how to defend it? Looks like he's putting the knight on the right square.
I don't know.
It's on the knight square.
It's going to be a miracle though, with 30 seconds to hold off the white queen for 50 moves.
Yeah.
You need a lot of luck and a lot of skill, a lot of mouse speed.
30 seconds. What a crazy Armageddon this has been. He's one move away from winning. And again, it came down to these tactics, but that was a really simple tactics for Denis to miss.
With 1.5 minutes on the clock, you would bet on him finding that. You would bet everything on him finding that, but no, he didn't, and he now needs to defend this. Still holding off, defending really well with 20 seconds.
I mean, 50 moves as well. That's probably the nearest to a draw you can get here.
Hang on a second. The game will automatically finish, right? After 50 moves.
After 50 moves. But what's the time?
15 seconds. He has to not defend the board. He has to defend the clock right now.
Yeah, but he's so good at bullet chairs, isn't he? So he should be okay here on time.
But it's all about the pre-moves, and the last capture was on move 76, so he needs to survive without losing a piece to move 126 here, Denis Lazavik.
Another 20 moves, that is, David. We're at move 106 right now.
10 seconds left, though, to do that. I mean, it's not a lot of time.
7.
And he's speeding up.
Has to pre-move. 126 is the magic number for Denis Lazavik.
15 moves away, but he's about to get checkmated.
Queen A2 is coming up. He loses the bishop.
Oh, no, he's got waiting on 50 moves, which is not going to happen here. And I think Fabi's done it. Unbelievable. This is crazy, right?
There we go. Fabiano takes the win. He was winning on the board. He also won on the clock, and relief on his face.
Fabi reacts. That was definitely a relief.